Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the Live Econ Guy. In today's video, I want to talk about the trucking industry. A lot of economists argue that the backbone of the economy is the trucking industry. So if stuff cannot move, consumers can't buy it, and there's no profit to be made. So you can't have an economy in the United States if stuff is not moving. So guys, I want to show you two scenarios in which the bullwhip effect is making an impact in the trucking industry. So that's going to be the bullwhip effect in the actual trucking industry, and then we have the bullwhip effect in the retail industry. And both of these are making an impact on the trucking industry. So this is my imitation of the bullwhip effect. So on the left axis here we have the equilibrium inventory, which is exactly where the whip starts. So what happens is you have a shortage. The consumer goes to the retailer and he says, I want to order a lot of stuff. In this case, we have the consumer going to the truck dealership and saying, I want to order a bunch of trucks. I need a lot of trucks because there's a lot of demand. So the retailer says, hey, I don't have this much trucks. You want 10 trucks and I only have 3 trucks. So the retailer goes to the distributor, and the retailer tells the distributor, hey, we need a lot of trucks. We have someone that wants 10 and we only have 3. So we're going to order 30 trucks. And the distributor says, hey, we don't have this many trucks. And the distributor sees that there's this huge demand. So the distributor goes to the manufacturer and then orders a lot more from the manufacturer. So you have this kind of giant equilibrium inventory swings. So this also happens in the retail industry. So stuff like electronics, sporting goods, you have the consumer going to the store, they want to order a lot, which happened during COVID, by the way. This whole situation is specifically, it pertains to the COVID economy. When consumers went to the store, say they wanted to buy lumber, for example. Well, there wasn't a lot of lumber available. There wasn't a lot of lumber available at Home Depot. So Home Depot went to the distributor and they said, hey, we need a lot of lumber. There's a lot of demand. The distributor said, hey, we don't have this much lumber. So the distributor went to the manufacturer and ordered a lot more lumber. And the result is now you have this oversaturation. Now, guys, in this slide, I'm showing you the total business inventories of the United States companies and corporations. Essentially, there is about $2.5 trillion worth of stuff sitting in warehouses and on store shelves, etc. As you can see, during the COVID economy, the inventory went down slightly, and then we had this mass ordering of a lot of stuff due to stimulus spending and just other supply chain constraints. So you can kind of see this during the great financial crisis as well, but notice we didn't have this massive spike that we're seeing now. Next, since we're talking specifically about the trucking industry, we see the sale of new trucks since the year 2000, and this is in millions of units. So if you look at the year 2020, you see this massive decline in the inventory of, in the sale of semi-trucks in the United States due to shortages. So you had business owners, trucking company business owners going to the retailers and saying, hey, there's all this demand going on, we don't have enough trucks, the prices on the loads are really high, we need more trucks so that we can accommodate all of this demand. The retailer said, hey, we have a shortage, you want 5 trucks, we can only give you 1. And obviously then the retailer goes to the manufacturer, again back to this bullwhip effect. Sorry, the reseller goes to the distributor and says, hey, we have someone asking and we can only provide 10%, we need a lot more trucks. So they order even more trucks. And then the distributor goes to the manufacturer, etc. So that's why we have such a sharp spike over here from 2020 to 2021. notice the difference between the Great Financial Crisis and the COVID recession. The spike is much greater. So you have all these trucking companies ordering trucks at a much more expensive price. If you've seen the used vehicle market as well, cars went up 100%. Like they went up a lot, all across the country, and this applies to the trucking industry as well. So you have businesses buying all these overpriced trucks, and now they're just sitting. Essentially, another thing to look at is average price of gas in the United States. So this doesn't even need to be mentioned. Trucking is very volatile is very sensitive to the price of gas. Obviously, you need gas and diesel fuel to move stuff around. If you don't have it, well, you're just going to have a hard time. So the reason I bring all of this up is because I spoke to someone who works in the trucking industry recently. They see all of the pain points and all the sensitivity that's happening. They do dispatch, and they work with numerous multitudes of corporations across the United States. I mean, guys, the situation right now, as we see it in late 2022, is that there's not much stuff that needs to be moved around. You have full store shelves, you have full warehouses, and by the way, I read some articles about this. I'll share it down below in the video description. So you have full store shelves, full warehouses, not much stuff needs to be moved, and you have all these trucks sitting around doing nothing essentially. And I think this will carry on into 2023 with Jerome Powell announcing all the interest rate hikes. It's just not worth investing right now. So you have trucks sitting around doing nothing and not moving a lot of stuff. And what also tends to happen is that the stuff that needs to be moved, so let's say Walmart does need something moved from the manufacturer to the distributor. So the price that's being bid is very low. So let's say you normally want $3 a mile, but the people that are Walmart is only saying, hey, we're only going to pay you $2 a mile. So that's another kind of issue, is that there's this oversupply of trucks and not much stuff that needs to be moved. So I think, guys, what this means, what this just oversaturation of stuff that's currently sitting in warehouses and on store shelves, is that we're going to see some, goods and services, well, more goods such as sporting goods, electronics, bicycles. A lot of this stuff is going to be on sale in the next, I think, year or so at least, because we need to use up all of this inventory. Otherwise, it's just going to sit on shelves, and it's going to be a loss for the businesses. Another, I think, lesson learned is that companies and corporations need to learn to better predict the bullwhip effect, so that when extreme demand happens again in the future, they don't go out and just multiply that demand to the manufacturer essentially. So guys, let me know what you think about what's happening right now. I am going to leave some links down below in the description so you guys can check it out. So this has been the Live Econ Guy, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave me a like so that algorithms can share this and spread it around. Thank you so much.